Those agitating for Yoruba nation are elders without foresight. Rotimi Akeredolu, welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. According to confirmed report, it was gathered that the Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu has frowned against agitation for Yoruba nation by some elders and groups in the southwest region of Nigeria, saying that such agitation will render the effort of Nigeria past heroes who have laid their lives for unity of Nigeria useless. The Ondo State Governor, Mr. Rotimi Akeredolu, has condemned the continuous agitation for Yoruba nation by some groups in the southwest, saying such agitation would thwart the efforts of those who had laid their lives for the unity of Nigeria. It was gathered, according to Punch News, that Akeredolu disclosed this during the inauguration of the emblem appeal to flag off the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebrations held at the Ondo State Internal Revenue Service Hall, Akure, the state capital. Governor Rotimi Akeredolu also said that those agitating for the Yoruba nation are elders without foresight. A patriotic and wise citizen would never plan for the downfall of his country. Those planning to create a Yoruba nation would not succeed because Nigeria is our heritage and many lives of our heroes past have sacrificed their lives for the continuation of our beloved country, Nigeria. So it would be a stupid idea if some people just gather together and deliberated to create one Yoruba nation because of their selfish reasons, he said. I don't think Akeredolu is saying things from their point of view. Coming out to say that those agitating for Yoruba nation are others without foresight, I think it is wrong. I want to believe that this actually let Yoruba people go, let the Southwesterners go. It all came from the fact that Fulani herders, they were going about creating a nuisance everywhere. If you don't hear today that they went to a particular farm and slaughtered people, you will definitely hear there was a time every freaking day. If you turn on your news, you hear that a social community, Fulani herders went to the community, they ransacked farmers, they killed, they murdered. You will always hear it was always on the. It was so rampant in the southwest and the southeast. You hear this news almost on a daily basis. And do not forget that this was what brought in. Because apart from the fact that these things happen, nobody held these people accountable. No one. You will never hear that the herders that did this thing, they have been caught, they have been sentenced to life imprisonment, or they jailed them for 1 year, for 6 months. No, they will never. So it became like, these people are like, what is now the meaning of this nonsense? Why are we going to be in this land and they'll be treating us like second citizens? We'll be playing second fiddle every time. When it happens in the northern part of a country, you know what to do, but when it happens in the southern part of the country, you turn a blind eye. It doesn't make sense to me. That was what gave rise. That was where Igboho Sunday Adeyemo, who is popularly known as Sunday Igboho, came out and, he started saying, what, Otoge, Otito, that they should do the needful. So, and the thing is, this is one of the even reasons that I'm going to have to say in the southeastern region, these people you call the southeastern people, this is why they have been screaming down their lung, they have been marginalized for so long, and nobody have attended to these people. Now I am so disappointed that Governor Akeredolu will say this instead of coming out. Now we see the cause wahala be this. Instead of you coming out to say what is really the problem, you are here coming out, and this is why you see it will get to a point where these people of the Southwest leaders will start hating on the leaders and they'll be like, they will not be able to control them. There should be communication. They're agitating for Yoruba nation. Have you called them together to ask them what the problem is? Don't sit down hard in your office and pretend to know what is going on. Because there is no open communication. The communication line is not flowing. Find out the problem before you open your mouth, and say, they don't do this one. No. This is where the Southeastern leaders got it wrong. Nobody calls them and say, we feel your pain. But what exactly is the problem? Call them together. So that at least, if the president even say, what is this I'm hearing about your people? You go know as you go use package and tell them well. This one coming out to say just sweeping. No. To me, it doesn't work. It does not work. Mr. Governor, why did you create or establish Amotekun? As a son, is this the country our forefathers labored for? Definitely not. Was it the country that sent you to your primary, secondary, modern school as well as secondary school? How was the university when you went to school? Were you living on half-truth type of life? The Yoruba, the Niger Delta and the Middle Water singing the song of advancement and the talking of the destroyed words of our forefathers. Let us do another work now, and we in turn shall become forefathers to the generation coming behind. And that's on period. That's on period. I told you that this before. The reason why was Amotekun formed, it was because of the insecurity issue. So why is it playing a blind eye? Coming out to say, no. You know, doing well. Oh. Those agitating and praying for the establishment of Yoruba nations are youth and elders with long-range vision, who have seen that the Nigerian project is already dead due to the massive corruption and greed of Akeredolu and his cohorts who possesses and have possessed keys to the country's national treasury. Over Governor, go and finish paying workers' salaries of 2022 before you come here to talk. Can you imagine this man refused to pay workers' salary up to date, and he's there talking about one good for nothing, one Nigeria? Oga Governor, how will people be happy with a country that cannot afford to pay workers' salary? You have food and money while workers' salary is not paid up to date. Hide your face. Okay? Those whose palm kernel are cracked for them by benevolent speech should not forget to be humble. Exactly. So coming out to say because you are under immune there, you're under key and lock and protection or immune, should not make you. And like I said, this is what led this thing might make the southeastern region the hot today. They did not call those people together. Okay, what is the problem? What's your pain? Let's hear. Feel these people. Hear them speak. Let them transmit their feelings into words. Let them tell you what the problem is. Then if you can't ask them, they're not going to talk. And there you go, can't talk. But coming out to say the Yoruba nation, it is no. Don't even go there. I don't support that one. No. Akeredolu lack moral foresight because of his greed and corruption. He is part of the useless old fools for him to be attacking Yoruba elders. Okay. As a lawyer, Akeredolu should know that the Yoruban agitators for self-determination are simply expressing their rights under international law, which Nigeria is a signatory. He should be careful not to regret that statement in future, just as Obasanjo kicked against the idea of sovereign national conference then, when he was comfortable in power. Now Akeredolu is comfortable in power, and that is the reason why he wants to satisfy his Fulani masters in Abuja. A first-class Oba was killed during his tenure in Ondo State. What has he done about it to bring the offenders to face the law? He dare not insist on that and cure the wraps of his masters in Abuja. As a lawyer, he should have known that 1999 is the worst constitution in the history of a country. That statement he made is just a mere threat.